Coach, after a couple practices, how do you like your defense?
So far, I like the energy. The kids they're really trying. They're buying in. They're doing what we ask them to do. A lot of learning left to go. A lot of coaching technique-wise, and just what we're trying to get done in the scheme. But I like where they're going. I think they're going to be all right.
At Nebraska, there have been 3 different defensive coordinators in 3 years. Tons of different safeties coaches, defensive backs coaches in the last couple of years. How do you build trust with those guys, from the get-go?
Well, I think that's a good question. I think you need to get to know these kids as people before we start, going too hard on them for errors and all that kind of thing. And I think our coaching staff is a really good teaching group. I think we all are so willing to travel with Coach Frost anywhere because we believe what he believes, and that's if we make these kids into good dads and good brothers and good sons and good husbands and good people in the community, then we're not going to have to talk about wins and losses very much. So the starting point to that is getting to know these kids as people, and then we'll get into the football real hard.
Erik, what's the biggest challenge facing this defense this spring?
The biggest challenge of this defense is just kind of, I think, changing the mindset. We want to get turnovers. We want to be aggressive. We want to get to the quarterback. We want to get the football out. We need to be an aggressive unit to match up with our offense, and I think we just need to change the mindset, getting guys pressed up on receivers, letting guys loose, making guys free to make plays in the football instead of worrying about letting something go over their head. So I think it's just the mindset and the culture.
How has that transition gone? Because that was one of the things some of the players were talking about. The attacking mentality was different than what they experienced the season before. Has that been an easy process in getting them to start thinking that way?
I think it's an easy process to get them to start thinking that way. Now doing it on the field is a different thing. Really letting it loose, not being afraid to make a mistake. Like Coach Frost talks about, the desire to excel and no fear of failure. Let's go make a play. And if you miss, you're not going to get MF'd. You're not going to get dog cussed. We're going to teach you how to do it better. So we just need these guys to let it loose a little bit. The mindset is getting there, but the actions need to follow.
Coach, you said your defense starts up front with that nose tackle. How's that position looking so far?
So far, I've been really happy with those guys. We've got a few guys that are rotating in. Coach Dawson's kind of playing everybody at every position, so we can get a good evaluation on who should be where, and also if the right end goes down and the left end is the next best player, he can come in there instead of having to put the 6th best guy in. So I'm happy with it so far, but we still need to find out who's number 1 and number 2 because that guy's got to be the heavyweight champ of the world for us.
That secondary obviously went through its share of issues last year. How have you seen them come back this spring, and do they look like a better group than what they showed on film over the course of last season?
Yeah, there's some talent there. There's definitely some talent there. Like I said, I don't know exactly what they were asked to do before, but I know what we want them to do, and they're making that transition nicely. It's really cool to watch those guys. We got a couple picks in practice the other day. It was very, very cool to watch those guys get excited and get on each other's hats and understand that that's what this thing's about. We're going to be some ball hawks back there.
A guy like Lamar Jackson, he was a high-profile kid coming out of high school, going through his share of struggles. Do you see the potential there for him to thrive in your style of defense with the aggressive way corners have to play?
Yeah, I don't think the defense matters. That kid should thrive in any defense. He's got talent. He needs a little bit more physicality. We need to work on that, and he knows it, and he wants to work on that. And he's going to be a great guy pressed up on receivers because of the length he possesses. But I don't think it matters what defense. I think he's a very talented athlete. He's a special kid, and we're gonna try to make him the best we can.
Offensive coaches have said that the defense won the day a couple days ago. Is that more so the offense putting in more of an offense, or do you think your defense is playing that much better?
Well, since the beginning of football, usually the defense is a little bit of ahead, especially when you play like we do, where we're going to go attack people. If the offense makes a mistake and we're on the attack, we're usually the beneficiary there. We're the aggressor. So early on, just us trying to make some plays, and also the effort those kids gave the first couple days. I think their effort may have been a little higher than the other side of the ball, and I think that's not because of anything the offense is doing. I think it's because they're trying to learn. They got a lot of install thrown at them. We don't have as much install. We want to do the little things right before we move on. It's just a different kind of style of learning, and I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve right now, and they're going to catch us really quick. I've seen it happen for a lot of years with Coach Frost.
You guys have a lot of depth at linebacker, a lot of pieces to work with. What's been your evaluation of that group so far, and any players jumping out early on this week?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kids playing really well. I thought Mo Berry did a nice job the last couple of days. You know, Will Honus has come in. He's swimming in deep water a little bit, being brand new to Division I football, Big Ten football, but he's done a nice job. Dedrick Young's done a nice job at that inside position. And then there's a lot of guys coming along right behind him. But I think we're going to definitely be able to have a nice crew there.
Do you sense an urgency from the defense to maybe prove itself in a way?
I think there's a sense of urgency from the whole team to prove themselves. I don't think 4 and 8's where anybody wanted Nebraska football at, and I don't think these kids came here for that. So I think there's a sense of urgency to do it the right way, to be held accountable, to get this thing back where it needs to be. So yeah, I definitely think there's a sense of urgency from the whole team.
I heard a lot of the offensive guys on Thursday talk about the benefit of going against your defensive scheme early on in spring ball and things like that. What types of benefits does your defense get from going against Coach Frost and Coach Walters?
Well, first off, you get a ton of reps. So we get a lot of reps for every kid on the defense. It's not like you're a third-team guy. A lot of places I've been, you're a third-team guy. You get like 3 reps of practice. Our kids are getting a ton of reps because of the speed they go at, number one. Number two, by the time we finish spring ball, there won't be a formation, there won't be a play, there won't be a motion, there won't be any kind of trickeration, there won't be anything we haven't seen. So when we get to the regular season, they'll be doing some crazy stuff, and our kids will go, no big deal. We saw that 10 times because they really stress out whatever defense you're going to play. They stress coverage. They stress the run game. So I think it's a really good thing. And a lot of times when you play against a traditional power I team, you learn how to defend it, but you don't learn those fine coaching points because there's not the quarterback pulling the ball. There's not the triple option aspect of it. There's not that RPO off of it. So our kids have to be really dialed into what they need to do every rep.
Going against an attacking system like that offensively, how does it help you guys to be attacking on the opposite end?
Well, it's like we talk about. They're attacking, we're attacking. If somebody makes a mistake on offense, it's bad news, and it's probably going to be a TFL or a sack. If somebody makes a mistake on defense, if 10 other guys get to the rock or play really fast, we're going to be okay. You know, we tell them all the time, it's like an effort. It's like a coat of paint, covers up a lot of rough spots. You know, on offense, one guy makes a mistake, it's bad news. So with us attacking and them attacking, we get the advantage a lot of the time.
One or two more guys. Previous staffs have talked a lot about Aaron Williams and his high football IQ. Just in this limited practice, what have you seen from him so far at safety?
I definitely think that's the case. He understands football. No matter what the scheme is, he understands what we're trying to get done. He's the first one to make some calls in the coverage. I think he's got a high football intelligence, and I think that's really going to help him as we move on. He'll not only understand what his job is, but also what the undercoverage job is, and also what the offense is trying to present to us.